Okay, it's time for our final speaker before we break for lunch. And he is here to tell us that, you've heard, thanks to big data, that the IT guy in your office may one day be a species that goes extinct. But our next guest is here to tell us that the IT guys in the office are experiencing something of a renaissance, a revival. So if you would give a warm round of applause to the Vice President of the IT group at BMW, Mr. Ralf Waltram.
Thank you, Brent. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm so excited being here today and talk about our HR transformation. But as I'm from BMW, we start with the most important thing, one of our cars.
I dream of tomorrow. Think courageously. Further. Faster. Shaping the future. I am the BMW I Vision Dynamics. Together, we would change the world.
You saw one of our vision cars, and here you see it's going more in the direction of electrical, automated, shared, and also connected. And I don't want to talk too much today about digitalization and all the hyperworks, big data, artificial intelligence, machine learning. I, as an IT guy from BMW, want to talk how you can bring all these new features to your world. And our game changer in this is 100% Agile. But let me give you a brief overview about the IT at BMW. So these great cars are built from great business guys in designing these cars, producing the cars, doing the sales and marketing, the after sales, and also the enabling. And we, as a BMW Group IT, we support them. We are organized in 3 big parties. One is the software in the car, the embedded software. Autonomous driving and all the devices in the car needs a lot of systems. Then I'm from the BMW Group corporate IT, all the IT stuff supporting the enabling processes, like I said, sales, marketing, design, and production. And finally, our team doing all the service stuffs like our connected app. I hope most of you are using. We are organized worldwide in 29 countries, in more than 600 locations worldwide. We are doing 450 projects per year, and we are very proud that we have already 11 million cars connected via our BMW backend, connected drive backend, and we handle each day more than 46 million requests in this backend. So you can imagine it's a huge number, and we are a huge team. And we are facing a massive change in the automotive world. And how do we react on this? BMW started our own new strategy, corporate strategy, 2 years ago, and we call it strategy number 1 next. We focus on 3 levels. Our products, which are great already, but they will even greater, become greater. We've focused on mobility and services, and also software and services. And here is a quote from our CEO, Harald Krüger. The value are shifting more and more from hardware to software. Our strategy is clear focused on 4 pillars. A clear vision, number 1 next. The competitive advantages, using out of the digitalization, the strategic approach, and also the corporate culture. And I think the board members can explain better than me how digitalization affects BMW, and I want to share this with you in a short video.
Digitalization. Digital services and technologies complement one another and increasingly shape people's lives. Our customers' requirements and needs are constantly evolving. Digitalization is also becoming increasingly important within the automotive industry.
Ja, weil wir in der Branche eine radikale Veränderung erleben in Richtung digitale Vertriebskanäle, digitales Fahrzeug, die digitale Kundenservices, und wer da nicht ganz vorne ist, hat überhaupt keine Chance in unserer Industrie vorne dran zu sein und zu gewinnen.
Digitalization is an essential part of our strategy number 1 next. We want to make our customers' lives simpler, more comfortable and safer. We want to lead the digital transformation of our industry. We drive innovation forward.
Die Digitalisierung ist die Basis für unsere 4 strategischen Stoßrichtungen: automatisiert, connected, elektrifiziert und shared.
We combine operative excellence with new ways of thinking. Mobility services are part of digitalization. The customer is at the center of our digital services, with our focus on their desires and needs.
Entscheidend wird sein, wie sich der Kunde in Zukunft bei uns fühlt. Fühlt er sich gut aufgehoben? Das Produkt allein wird es einfach nicht mehr leisten können. Insofern müssen wir uns viel mehr darum kümmern, dass der Kunde wirklich sagt, das ist das beste Mobilitätsökosystem, das ich erlebt habe.
Together, we are shaping our transformation into a tech company.
Ich glaube, die Revolution bei BMW ist unterwegs.
We are digital.
We are digital. That's the last sentence in this video. And what does it mean for the IT team at BMW? And when we started, for us at the IT, in the corporate IT, to derive what the strategy means for us, we clearly described a new situation with 4 letters, with VUCA. The future, and I think even today, it's very volatile, unpredictable, complex, ambitious. We want to use more and more of the great features of the digitalization, but in a installed base, in a legacy world, it's hard for us sometimes with monolithic systems to handle this. But also new regulations and also Brexit, for example, it's very volatile and we have to react very fast on these changes. And our customer expecting new features in the car in our services. So that's why we want to have an answer how we take care and handle the VUCA world. And our answer is we derived a clear IT strategy, and the main pillar here in the strategy is that we want to go away from a waterfall world to a 100% agile world. We started at BMW IT many years ago with the first agile projects, and the projects are doing well. But most of the teams are still running in a waterfall world. And for example, in my area, I'm responsible for all the IT systems for research and development. All these teams are working currently on 2 releases per year, huge releases. We start Friday at 1500, and it drives all the weekends through until Monday morning. More than 200 people taking care about these releases. And while I'm describing you can imagine this is sometimes drama because many things can happen, and more than 30,000 engineers are using this software, and we want to strive this, we want to tackle this, we want to deliver more often. And the Agile projects, they could deliver more often, but most of the time they had to wait until the waterfall guys are ready for releasing the software. So we were thinking heavily about this situation, and we came up with the idea, why isn't 100% Agile the right way? And most companies talking about this, and it's sometimes a buzzword, but I want to share with you an insight how we form this transformation, how we attack this transformation. The focus is here on the why. Why are we doing that? We want to get flexibility in delivering software, trying new things out very fast, to learn very fast, and gain speed. To do this, we start our transformation in 4 core dimensions. And it's a holistic journey. And it's important, it's a journey. It's not a one-off. You cannot buy a book about Agile, read it, and the next day you are Agile. It's a journey. And we start this journey in 4 dimensions: process, structure, technology, and culture. And in the next minutes, I will share with you all these dimensions in an overview and give you an example what we learned about that. Start with process. As I said before, the success of our HR transformation is highly depending on the right adoption of the HR models. There are so many different models out there. Yes, you can buy a book or you hire a good advisor from outside. But we believe, and we started really 1 year ago with our transformation, we believe that you need to find your own way how to handle the HR transformation. Because your team is different than my team, and your legacy landscape is different, your technology you're using is different. So really the key takeaway to message from my side is find your own way and learn by yourself. Myself, I read tons of books, spent hours at YouTube learning from other companies. I visited other companies like Microsoft, PTC, like Autodesk or Spotify. And for sure, after that visit and all this learning was, we have to find our own way from BMW, how we tackle the HR transformation, and give our teams the orientation. That's why currently we're working on 3 things. Our Agile working model at BMW, and I'm happy to say that we are ready. We have the first version together, and we're using the complete Agile bandwidth. So we give orientation. You can start with Kanban, go on with Scrum, and also we have first experience with frameworks like SAFe and LESS. We derived a process model because we are in the IT ISO certified, and it's very important that you have a good process model. And we also defined a steering model, so how we allocate headcount and resources to our Agile teams. One example here, I'm very proud about that. It's from my responsibility, research and development. We had a small team, a 100% internal team, Scrum team. And we had a problem that in the past we did interior design on hardware mockups. And you can imagine hardware mockups are not so easy to change. That's why we only changed it twice a year. And this Scrum team tackled this and said, hey, we can do it better, and started to build up a lightweight mockup. You see the video sequence in the chart. Started with a lightweight mockup based on a 3D game engine, and they are now able to do continuous integration here from interior design once a week, and it started in 1 car project, and now we have it in all car projects available for the teams, the designing teams. And the MVP, the minimal viable product for the first car project, was done only in 4 months. I think in a waterfall world, it would take longer to write a concept about that. It's not possible in 4 months, definitely not. And this is so exciting if you see that the way the new process is working and we have first results here. But to be honest to you, I mean, for sure, I'm here on the stage and I want to show you a Lighthouse project. You will also encounter that even in Agile projects or products, you have problems, you tackle problems. The good thing is you find it faster in a more iterative way. Second dimension, it's structure. Why is it so important? You can go to your project teams and start with Agile processes, but we found out that if you not bring the teams together on the lowest bookend, on team level, in DevOps, from development on operations, you cannot leverage everything what's possible in an Agile mode. That's why we started last year in a full DevOps organization, bringing really on team level development and operations together. And our clear vision is to become a 100% Agile product organization. What does it mean? I think most of you in your companies are still dealing with projects, which is fine. But we said, hey, we have IT products. And these products are used by our internal customers and also from our external customers. And we won't go away from having the project world and then the handover to the operations guy, and they will handle all the problems which are left over. We want to become a product world. bringing the teams together in products, clearly driven by a backlog situation with new features, with defects, with issues from risk and security, and also taking care about technical depths. Before, in the old world, you have the guys from the project starting doing the new features, and the people in operations will handle all the rest. This is not our vision. We want clearly go to a 100% backlog-driven product world, and we started and we are currently finalizing our products. Currently, we have more than 4,000 applications running in our legacy world. In the future, we package them in a product landscape with around about 200 IT products. It's a huge benefit having this new situation. Fourth dimension, it's technology. And for sure, I mean, you saw today here on the stage many people speaking about digitalization and the new great features. Also, we are doing that. It's a core dimension, definitely. It's about cloud, it's about continuous integration, about continuous deployment, microservices, big data, and also machine learning. But currently, we are focused on delivering an agile toolchain, a coding workplace, the right architecture is based on microservices, and being cloud-enabled to use all the possibilities in a modern landscape. One example here, I'm very proud about the Agile toolchain. Last year in June, we started to connect our tools. We had already tools supporting the teams in an Agile world, but they were not connected, and we came up with the idea giving our teams a connected toolchain, from plan to design to build to test, deploy, release, operate, and monitor. We started last year in June, and after 1 month, we had 8,000 users on the toolchain. Today, we have 20,000 users on the toolchain. Currently, we have more than 3,000 sub-projects running in our system, in the toolchain, and we handle more than 450,000 items. It's a huge installation, and the team is running this, the Agile toolchain, as an own product, as you saw before, with a backlog, taking care about scaling, taking care about new features, and so on. But the product is loved by our users, and we will speed up and do more things here in this area. Last cornerstone, it's culture. Yes, you have to change also your culture in an agile mindset. Transparency, openness, trust, these are the core values. And we started also in the management, but also in the teams, to using this new mindset and combine it for our transformation, giving the teams the self-organization, giving the leadership a clear manifesto what leadership means in an agile world, and also giving the abilities back doing coding by our own teams. What you see here is a picture. We started to do a refurbishing of our facilities, new team spaces, focused more on collaboration, giving more space for all the Kanban boards, for the sticky notes, for having idea boards, and working really in this new environment. A second great thing we did last year was the RoboCar challenge. We decided to have a challenge because, I mean, we tackled the issue that we want to drive autonomous. So we started with small cars, they are in the size of this, and the teams had 2 weeks' time to bring them to a fully automated driving mode, doing the coding by themselves, and then driving the challenge against each other. It was a massive opportunity for all the teams to doing the coding challenge, and with only 2 weeks, it was a great feedback we got from the teams. And with that in mind, we started a huge initiative, and it's called Back to Code. It's a strategic initiative to strengthen our software engineering competences, giving the IT back to the IT guys with clear software principles, software engineering principles, with more challenges like the RoboCar challenge, giving a huge knowledge base because we have so many knowledge within our team that we want to clearly put it together in one knowledge base, we strengthen our own internal teams, like you saw before in the mixed reality situation with the interior design, having 100% internal teams doing the coding. We have architecture training and the culture of collaboration. Copy with pride is one example. You don't have to always reinvent things. You can use what your colleagues did in the past. And finally, we are doing coding dojos where you can challenge yourself, your abilities against your colleague or other teams. The first feature teams established, the first initiative started, and this initiative will go on during the next months and weeks and years. So you saw all these four core dimensions. And what is your impact on your daily business? Sometimes I'm asked, what are your KPIs? How do you know that you are 100% agile? And we drive in a moment 3 KPIs. Customer focus. Focus on business values by using quick feedback loops. I mean, this is in a Scrum setup with 2 or 4 week sprints, it's easy. Time to market, generate early business impact through iterative delivery of products. Like the example before with the interior design, with the MVP in 4 months. And quality, high quality through end-to-end responsibility for products. So what you saw before, when we go to a 100% product orientation, the teams are end-to-end responsible. So there's no management escalation needed. There is no, oh, other teams have to work together. No, one team and one quality, one backlog. The good thing is really in a waterfall world, sometimes you are like a submarine. You define something, requirements, then the submarine is going to dive, and after 1 year, 1.5 years, it comes back, and then you see the software or the request you did, the implementation was not in the right way. You have to reprogram some parts of it, or the business processes have changed dramatically. In an agile world, it's really you're always on the ocean line. With 2 to 4 week sprints, you see we deliver software, we gain benefit, and the teams can measure itself. Are we on track, or do we have to change our way how we work? And one example I want to give you. We have one project in the past, it's called Everest. It was as high as the Mount Everest, and it was as cold, and sometimes it was really big escalation in this project. But we bring the team together, and within 3 months, we found out we have one team, we have one product, and one mission. These guys wanted to become from 0 to hero, and they did it. We got great feedback, and this product is dealing with, and it's an SAP system. It's dealing with our prototype hardware. It's for logistics and the production process. And the issue, one feedback we got from the customer side is, I never experienced bugs being fixed so fast and new requirements implemented so fast. One big issue we strived, customer satisfaction. Second topic was time to market. In this area, we released 2 times a year. The team changed it, and now they can release 3 times per year in a major release, every 3 weeks in a sprint release, and they found out from major incidents, we can deliver software in our continuous integration, continuous deployment pipeline every day, if our business partners wants to do it. And last but not least, quality. The team, because we bring development and operations together, found out when they looked at the ticket side that they have huge amount of operation issues. And they focused 3 sprints on getting away these defects. And they did it. We have 72% less incident in this product with only 3 months. It's a great Lighthouse project. And this is, we share this information to the teams, to other teams facing the same situation, and other teams can learn from them. And as I said at the beginning, it's a journey. We are not done, we are even started. We did pilots, we are doing currently the ramp up, we collecting our Agile working model together. We will go into scaling to all of our products, and it will never be over, this transformation, because we do continuous learning and adoption in all 4 pillars. Finally, my summary. Why are we doing that? Because we want more flexibility, speed in a VUCA world. What is our answer to that? 100% Agile. And yes, in 4 core dimensions: process, structure, technology, and culture. And what we found out, we started that in the IT. The IT is the driver for the change in all areas, because the business departments are now in a joint team together. Also HR facing the situation that we hire new people. And also our controlling guys are changing now from a long planning system to a short planning system in an agile world. Find your own way. That's my key message to you. Don't copy someone. Do our adoption, learn, and our motto, and I think if you go to our Agile transformation, it become also your motto. Enjoy it and enjoy IT. Thank you very much. Are there any questions? We have some time left. Over here.
Thank you very much for your talk. My name is Valerie Lux. I'm a journalist. Did I understood it right that you have teams in rivalries, that they make a concurrence against each other, so that you make like a gamification in your enterprise process? Is that right? Do they compete against each other?
So in a RoboCar challenge, they compete against each other, yes.
But that wasn't a product for customers, that was an internal product.
It was an internal project using their gamification.
And in your internal process?
No.
They all work together, no competition?
They're working together. What you can learn in this gamification situation, that you need a clear vision for your product. And it's really something you have to deal at the beginning, in a clarification phase, when you start going into an agile product. And for sure, what they learned in this RoboCar challenge, that you need to define your vision. So, for example, this car, is it better going in an autonomous mode in a curvy situation, or are you driving high speed? So the clear product vision gives you the direction to go or start for your project in the right way. But the gamification is only in the internal challenges.
Okay.
Yep. Over here? You're next.
Thank you very much, first of all, for your vision and that you share it with us. How did leadership change in all of that? How did leadership had to change to let the organization become 100% agile?
Leadership is changing dramatically to me, and what we did the last months is that we dealt about the leadership manifesto, because, for example, in an agile world, you cannot longer use command and control, because if you want to have self-organized team, the team need to work. So it's more that we talk about servant leadership, supporting our teams if they have impediments, to get these impediments away. But we are not at the end here to defining what's the next level on the leaderships. It's really also ongoing in our definition.
Thank you very much.
But it changed dramatically. I feel it myself. Over here.
Okay. I have 2 questions. Firstly, during your transformation, what's the top 2 challenges you are facing? This is my first question. The second question is, your transformation, who take the leadership?
So second question is easier, because I understood it. The first one you have to repeat. The leadership is clearly in the IT, but we're doing together with the business department. For example, for our products, we have product owner tandems. So it's one from the IT side and one from the business side. If we clarify it and we have the competences, it could be in the future also one person. But today we have good results starting together because we have the IT guy taking care about technical depth, defects, risk and security, and the business guy taking care about the new feature. But they have to rumble, like you saw in the example. If we focus the next 3 spins on operation side, then we get away all these defects, and then we do new feature. This is something really the product owner are doing in a kind of rumbling. And your first question was?
What's the top 2 challenges you are facing during this journey?
Top challenges is definitely winning our business going this model. But with these Lighthouse projects, with these results, with these good results, it's easy to win them, to bring them also in this team. And the other thing is really the leadership, because we had other leadership system before, and now the team levels or team leads, the department leads, and even me as a main department leader, we have to change. And this is something really you need to go in a dialogue with your management team, that they support it. It's really this change needs management support on all levels. Over here.
Hello, my name is Jan Dimitrov. Thanks for openly sharing your experience.
Thank you.
I personally think that you're doing things beyond agile transformation, actually much more. So I have 2 questions. One is on the process pillar. You mentioned that your advice is to actually come up with the process that fits, an agile process that fits. So my question is, what are the key parameters or factors of the existing organization or the types of products that you do, or in general about the environment that actually impacted your decision about how you shape the process? Mm-hmm. And the second question is a bit more general. You shared a lot of things that worked for you. I think it would be helpful if you could also share a couple of mistakes you did that you would advise not to go this way.
Okay.
Thank you.
I also start with the second question, not to do. Don't copy any process model using really the way learning and adapting to your situation. This is my biggest learning in the past month. There is not one way that fits to all companies. It's always an adaptation, and your teams need the time to do experimentation with different agile models. And there is not that, sometimes we had the discussion, Kanban is not an agile method. No, it is. It's a good starting point. And not to shrink the bandwidth of the agile methods too early. Give the freedom to choose the right thing to your team. It's sometimes hard for the management because it's easier to count how many teams are working with Scrum. No, it's better to give the teams really the flexibility. And yes, we also have negative example, what you meant before. I'm proud to share it afterwards also with you.
We need to stop. We're over time, and I need to let the crew.
You can't
go
see
to
it,
lunch.
but here this is blanking and
these gentlemen in the back, they need to have some lunch. So, thank you there very much. We'll be back at 3 o'clock for the next presentation.
Thank you very much. Thank you.